refereed 2 of Whitehaven's wins so far this season, so Whitehaven hoping that can be an omen. It's going to be Jake Mason that'll get the game underway. Right in position I am on a halfway line. Whitehaven attacking left to right in the first half, and we are underway here at Haywood Road. Eventually going to be collected is the kick-off and then fetched forward by the Lions. Roby's going to be lying in wait at dummy half and about 20 metres away. Comes across then to Lewis Hall. Hall's then going to go a couple of pairs of hands into the hands then of Dan Abram. Abram then going to look to get it into, is it Jaden Hatton on this side? It is. It's just going to be wrapped up. Chimambe's in there. Evans is in there as well. 35 out from their own line. Dan Abram in at dummy half. Get to the cross to Jack Houghton. Houghton's going to be put down onto his back. Newton, Ainley and Evans all involved in that tackle. Roby in at dummy half now. In at centre field. Comes across to Jordan Gibson. Gibson then across to Hall. Hall then get it into the hands of Andrew Badrock. Badrock's going to take Swinton over that halfway line. Couple of tackles left in this set. Comes in the middle then towards Jordan Brown. Brown just sticks his head down and fetches it forward, the 5 and last. 38 out from the Haven half here. Comes left into the hands. Gibson's going to put it end over end. Chimambe should have and does have plenty of time there to get that. Having seen the pictures on social media that Whitehaven released of Neil Chimambe's 6'5", 6'6", very easily, so should have no problem against a high ball this afternoon. He was wrapped up, and it's going to be Joey Romeo, of course, formerly of this parish, wrapped up on the second tackle. 30 out from the Whitehaven line. Curtis Sear now looking to fetch his side forward, taken down just short of the Haven 40. Newton in at dummy half, comes across then to Lucas Castle. Castle's taken down 2 metres short of halfway, looking to try and get a fast play of the ball. Newton attempts to scoot from dummy half, realised there was no markers in play, and he's made 12, 13, 14 metres before being taken down there as the Whitehaven hooker. It's the 5 and last. Mason in there at dummy half, going to go left into the hands of Carter. Carter's going to put it left footed, just going obscured from our view here. Dan Abram underneath it, as you'd expect to from the Swinton Lions fullback. We've seen what he can do in a Haven shirt in the past 2 minutes gone. Pretty even start, Josh.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's just getting that set for set mentality here. Just feeling each other out. Obviously, I did touch on it before the game. We did move the ball quite early in our kick-off set, but yeah, nice sets from both teams. Just getting the feel for it. Haven's D'ing up quite well here now, and hopefully we can get a nice kick our way in a minute.
Looking to get it across the line. Gibson again gets it away to Jordan Brown. Brown's going to be taken down 28 metres away from his own line. Roby in there at dummy half looking to scoot. Newton just couldn't get there fast enough to try and bring Roby down. He's made a good 10 metres there before being fetched down. It's the 5 and last behind their own 40 here for Swinton. Kick's going to get away from Jordan Gibson. Gibson's going to try and put Chimambe under pressure, but not too much when there was not too much of a chase in front of him, but he's been wrapped up on his own 40. Hannigan in there at dummy half then finds Will Evans as the Welsh international tries to fetch it forward, but he's been wrapped up only, I say, 5 short of halfway. Newton in at dummy half. It's going to go into the hands of Joey Romeo, who's coming to midfield. Does that little skip and a jump he always seems to do when fetching the ball forward, does the Australian. Wrapped up on halfway. Goes left to Carter. Carter then into McCarran. Spotting the scrum cap once more is the Australian. They're into the Swinton half now. 40 out. Swinton in there at dummy half. King. Then out the back to Hannigan. And it's going to be a lost ball there.
Good to do that.
Lachlan Hannigan just didn't know what to do with it. I think the pass may have been slightly delayed from Ryan King, and he just didn't give Hannigan the time he needed to either take the line on or get the ball out wide right, and it's going to be a knock-on scrum down, head and feet to the Lions. 3.5 gone here. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. I mentioned there, Josh, good defence, good push up from the Swinton Lions indeed there.
Yeah, no, definitely there. I think they worked really hard from the inside there. Gav Rodden in particular made some massive plays last week when we played Sheffield away, putting the half-backs under a amount of pressure, and then he's just put Whitehaven's half-back under great pressure there. Lions look to shift it here from the scrum.
Yeah, Hall then finds Dan Abram. Abram's trying to get around Curtis T, and he's not going to do so, but he does get the ball away into the hands of Richard Lepori. So Swinton's made around about 20 plus metres there. Lepori sort of 3 or 4 metres in from the far touchline here, then comes across to Jack Houghton. I think it is. No, it's not. It's Badrock on that side. Roby's in there at dummy half, comes left then to Lewis Hall. Hall then just pops it up into the hands of Mitch Cox in at loose forward this afternoon. Is Cox. 28 out. In there at dummy half, comes left Hall. Hall then finds Gibson. Gibson just a little pop-up ball across to Gav Rodden. Rodden's going to be taken down. Whitehaven 12 metres out of the Lions. Houghton then gets it across. It comes off the hands of George Roby and it's going to bounce into the hands of Lucas Castle. Castle's trying to get one round, trying to get round two, then trying to get a fast play of the ball. This should be a 0 tackle as it come off the hands of Roby, and it's now going to be in the hands of Carter. Didn't get the signal from referee Cameron Worsley, so we'll keep an eye on that one. So we think that might be second tackle, and it's now going to be Joey Romeo to look at fetching the ball forward against his former side. In at centre field, 35 away from his own line. Mason in at dummy half, then finds Ross Ainley. And he's going to be wrapped up 7 short of halfway, and it's going to be a stoppage, I think, just for a head knock there. Referee Cameron Worsley is not quite something happy with his scene on the from Jack Houghton, and it's going to be Jordan Brown, and it's going to be a quick stoppage in play there.
Yeah, I think he's just got his head on the wrong side. The contact there, I think he's took Joey Romeo's right hip there, so yeah, it doesn't look too good, to be honest. I think he might have come off for a HIA here, but I think they're just feeling each other out here. Obviously, we had good possession there, but just forcing it a bit too much for myself. I think lads will be disappointed there. I think Gibson and Hall won't be happy that they've not touched the ball in the opposition's 20 there and building the pressure there. We're forcing it too much. I think Jack Houghton will be disappointed with that offload, but I think Robes has got to do better there. But I think he might be staying on here, Brownie.
Yeah, got the thumbs up from the Swinton physio, Rachel, who's spent a couple of seasons at Whitehaven, a few seasons back, now here at the Swinton Lions, and we're going to be okay to continue. 5:25 on the clock as we make it here on BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. It'll be Ross Ainley to play the ball when we do get back underway, 8 metres short of halfway, just to the left of centre. Game back on now. Newton brings it into the centre with King. King throws the dummy and takes the line on. Fetch down a metre or two just over halfway. Newton lying in wait at dummy half. Going to come right once again into the hands of Hannigan. Hannigan gets it across to Lewis Baxter. Baxter's trying to spin out to the tackle and get that arm free. Is the Lee Leopards low knee. It's going to be the 5 and last. Going to come down the short side. No, it's not Newton's going to try and scoop from dummy half. Got options left and right. Alexis eventually decides he's got to kick himself left footed. Doesn't go too fast. McAdam's going to knock it back. And it's into the hands of Lucas Castle, who then throws it left. Tia then trying to get it to Romeo. Goes through Romeo's legs. And it's going to be called a forward pass, turnover ball. Definitely not the best final play option from James Newton.
No, I think Newton will be disappointed there. Obviously, he's seen something on the last tackle there, and he has burnt both markers there, but he'll be disappointed with the kick selection what he's got there, as Swinton get the ball just short of our own 40 here now. We look to build pressure.
Yeah, Laporte looks to be the man that fetched it forward. Play the ball was taken on the 30. He's only made a metre or two. Roby in there, then dummy half, then finds Jack Houghton. Houghton's then going to make 7 or 8 metres, taken down centre field, 8 short of halfway, then comes across then to Liam Cooper, is it? So could be that Liam's out there early on.
Yeah, it looks like Jordan Brown has actually come off for a HIA there, yeah.
Gibson then gets it across to Rodden. Rodden's going to be taken down 30 metres out, so an early change from Swinton here for Alan Kilshaw's side. Slow play of the ball. Roby then goes right into the hands of Cox. Pop-up pass onto Liam Cooper. So Cooper's going to be taken down 5 and last, 20 metres out, in line with the sticks, right in centre field. It's going to come left into the hands then of Gibson. Gibson shapes the dummy, puts a little kick through, and Mason's going to... he's lost that ball there, as Jake Mason just couldn't collect. And I think it could be Jaden Hatton on that side who's been the benefactor. Just over into 7 minutes gone here at Haywood Road, and it's an error from Jake Mason at the back that leads to Jaden Hatton getting his 11th try of the season. Lions 4, Haven 0.
Yeah, lovely kick there from Jordan Gibson there, just putting a lovely kick in behind there, and Jaden Hatton's come off trumps there from the costly error from the Whitehaven fullback. But just touching on Jaden Hatton, he's picked up our player of the month the past 2 months. He's been outstanding, and he has certainly carried his form on to this month. So I think Gav Rodden might be struggling there. That would be a big blow for us if he was to leave the field too.
Was he the one that got up and played the ball slowly just a couple of tackles before that? I think he might have been.
Yeah, he did get up a bit gingerly there, but it looks like to be okay. I think Dan Abbs on kicking duties for us today. Obviously, we've all seen
what he can do in a Whitehaven shirt. I'm sure that's what you were just about to mention. Them fabulous derby fixtures. Were you involved with them? Were you at the club at that point, or was that the season before you were with us, Josh?
I was involved with the one at Workington away.
Yeah.
When he slotted it on off the sideline. Yeah, certainly one of my career highlights of career games I've played in. Yeah, so he can certainly kick a ball. I hope I've not jinxed him here.
You certainly haven't. Right over the blue and white stripes as it is here at Haywood Road for the colours of the Swinton Lions. Abraham able to knock over the extras, and it is Swinton 6, Whitehaven 0 here at Haywood Road, and just having been pointed out to Alan Kilshaw, who's just to our right hand side, just about Gav Rodden there, whether he's going to be okay. And I'll be honest, I've seen better looking in terms of physicality and being ready to play there, Gav Rodden, just sort of shaking his head, so we'll keep an eye on that one over the next few minutes. But it is going to be getting the game back underway. Hall collects the kick-off, and it's Cooper then the man to fetch it forward. He's wrapped up 17-18 metres away from his own line. Roby then comes into the middle with Lewis Hall. Going a couple of pairs of hands, then finding Dan Abram, then comes across to Jaden Hatton. Hatton's then going to try and get his arm through. Went down awkwardly there, Hatton, but no ill effects of that. And it's going to then come across then to Rodden, who's trying to show he's got no ill effects there. Rodden just pulled down 5 metres for the halfway line. Roby's in there at dummy half, goes right to Jordan Gibson. Gibson obviously once and twice, and then elects to take the line on himself. Does the half back. Newton's in there, Castle's in there, Ainley's in there, all to take him down. Just 5 metres over the halfway line. Roby comes left into the hands of Jack Houghton. Houghton's made good metres there, 15 plus metres there, but the ball's come out of that. Is that being stripped or is it being lost? Referee Cameron Worsley must have got a shout from his judge, because he was on the opposite side. Silly penalty to give away when you are on the 5 and last. And what is Swinton going to do here? They're going to elect to take the 2 balls in the hands of Dan Abram. They certainly are.
Yeah, they've took the 2 there. I think our assistant coach Paul Anderson's there put his 2 fingers up there to signal to take the 2 there. He has been influential since he has come to the club this year. Obviously our defensive coach, and he does flog us in training Tuesdays and that, but it certainly has been paying off for some hard results what we took away now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were speaking earlier on, they've only picked up a couple of victories here at home, Josh, but you know, you got to the likes of Toulouse and picking up the victory last week against Sheffield. You're picking up victories against top 6 opposition.
Yeah, definitely. We have had some good victories away. Obviously, you touched on it there. Toulouse, Sheffield away last week, and Featherstone away. I think probably frustrating. Obviously, we've shown what we can do against them top sides, especially in their own back garden. But the teams in and around us, we have dropped points. So yeah, it's our own undoing. So hopefully, going into these last 11 games, we can certainly start picking up some more wins, especially on our home patch.
Dan Abram coming in with the attempted penalty, knocks it right over the stick, so quick turnaround. It's gone from 0-0 to 8-0 fairly quickly here at Haywood Road. It's Swinton Lions 8, Whitehaven 0. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sport Online just about to tick over to 11.5 gone here at Haywood Road. And you imagine that man to our right, although he never looks the happiest as Alan Kilshaw, but he'll be happy with that start, Josh.
Yeah, he will be happy there. He doesn't show much emotion, obviously. You've just touched on it there. He doesn't always look the happiest man there, but I think he will be happy inside. Obviously, we've not started off games particularly well this year, but we have certainly started this game off quite well, so just got to build in it there, just complete our sets high and not get too carried away.
Ball being fetched forward from the kick-off by Liam Cooper. Cooper's going to be fetched down sort of 15 metres away from his own line. Roby's in there at dummy half. Lions continue to fetch the ball forward. Baxter and Newton in the tackle. Roby then goes right into the hands of Houghton. Houghton makes it to just short of his own 40. Roby goes right into the hands of Lewis Hall. Hall looking to take it toward the line, but just pops it up then into the hands of Badrock. Badrock's just going to take the Lions over halfway, so they've got the tackles left in this set. Roby elects to scoot, then find Liam Cooper. King, Ainley and Castle all involved here. It's going to be the 5 and last, 38 metres out, just in line with the right hand side post, comes left into the hands of Gibson. Gibson looks to get that kick away. Going to be a bit of pressure put on here by Chimambe, but when you're 6'5" and then can leap like that, it's going to be a hard afternoon for the wings going up against him, Josh.
Yeah, no, definitely. I am looking forward to seeing if Whitehaven do get good ball in it, whether they'll kick to him. But they've just come up with a costly error here. Whitehaven try to play out the backfield, and it's a forward pass, Will Evans to Joey Romeo here, and he invites Swinton in to their own half here, 20 out.
Yeah, looking to try and go up against each other where trying to bring the ball forward, Evans and Romeo. They're on the team sheet as being on the same side, but Evans has started with Chimambe and T has started with Joey Romeo in the early going. So into the 14th minute, Whitehaven giving away possession as Josh Eaves called it good ball, so they're able to start essentially in Whitehaven's 20 from this scrum here. Swinton, ball's held in the scrum. Roby then looks to take the dummy on and trying to get it through and tries to get round. It's Jake Carter and Evans there that fetch him down, but the 15 metres out here, if not closer. It's then Cooper now looking to fetch that ball forward. maybe 5 metres out, just to the right hand side of the post. Roby then comes left into the hands of Hall. Now Gibson, then goes to the cross to Rodin. Gav Rodin's then going to step inside. Has he got that ball down? Is he being held up? It's going to be classed as a double movement. It's an absolute let off for Whitehaven, because from where I am, and Cameron Worsley is a lot closer than we are, I think Rodin got that over.
Yeah, no, from our angle there, Jordan, it did look like he got it over, but obviously the referee is in a better position than us. It would have been a massive turning point, I reckon, so early on in the game, that if Swinton would have scored there, but obviously we didn't, and now Whitehaven have got the ball with Will Evans as they come out of yardage here now.
Yeah, Evans have made it to 15 short of halfway for Whitehaven. They really need to try and get in this contest. Hannigan's in there at dummy half, and then Chimambe, the KR loan here, looking to fetch it forward, pulled down just short of halfway. Newton in there at dummy half, goes into the middle towards then Jake Mason, looking to try and make up for that error will be the Italian international. He's fetched forward, tackled just short of the Swinton 40, goes left to Carter, then obviously up to McCarran. McCarran's knocked down. Roby able to dive at his leg and fetch him down. 35 out from the Swinton line. He's struggling there, he's McCarran. King then throws a dummy, trying to get, but was trying to trick the Swinton defence there. He's struggling. He's Owen McCarran in back play. Newton's going to go left into the hands of Carter. Carter's going to put the kick in. Tee it to be on the chase, trying to look it back, and it's well fantastically taken by Richard Laporte. Played obviously majority of his rugby at fullback in Whitehaven colours, but able to rise highest there. Another Italian international out there and grab that ball.
Yeah, great catch there off Lippy there. Obviously he's been in and out of our team this year, but he's come back in recent weeks and he's been outstanding. I think his big strength is his carries out of yardage and his aerial threat, so he's been great there to take for us as we look to get on the front foot with Rhys Williams here.
Yeah, plays the ball as Williams. It's again goes right from Dan Abram in at dummy half to Houghton. Houghton's going to be 35 out from his own line, 15 short of halfway. Owen McCarran's okay to continue at the moment, but he's still limping about and has gone to defend on the wing currently. He's going to be the 5 and last. Robbie's in there. It's going to come left into Gibson. Gibson's going to get the kick away, putting pressure on Chimambe once again, and just able to collect that on his own 10 metres. They might want to sort of switch that up. Chimambe's looked have no issues at all under that high ball, but he's wrapped up 20 away from his own line. Hannigan dives in at dummy half, and then it's now Will Evans looking to fetch the ball forward. The centre's pulled down on the Swinton 30. Mason dives in at dummy half and scooted mid 10 metres or so. It's going to be put down just over his own 40. Hannigan still in there at dummy half, goes left into the hands of Ross Ainley. Slight calls are forward, definitely a flat pass. Just over halfway when Ainley's taken down. Couple of tackles left in this set. Going down the right hand side once again. Hannigan then comes across to Will Evans. Evans trying to get that ball away. Is it going to be knocked on, lost, taken out, lost? It's going to be lost there from Will Evans. He did try and get that arm free, looking for the pass to Chimambe. Couldn't keep hold of it, could the Welsh international. It was going to be the 5 and last. Should be a turnover ball here.
Yeah, big play off Rhys Williams there. Great tackle. I think this is the edge that Whitehaven will be looking to attack down. I think Will Evans is a great strike player. I think on his day he is probably one of the top 3 centres in the championship, but unlucky there. He did try and force it. I don't think Jonty will be too happy with that. I just think Whitehaven just need to enjoy the ball, just kick long and just get a bit of field position back in the game, but obviously he's tried to force it there, and Swinton's head and feet at this scrum now.
They're going to be 40 metres out, so 5 and last wasn't just quite given, so we've had a scrum. Comes left into the hands of Dan Abram. Abram's going to take it and being pulled down 5 metres short of halfway. Baxter and Hannigan involved in that tackle. Roby in there at dummy half, comes left into the hands of Jordan Gibson. Gibson with the dummy once and twice, and it's going to be Lachlan Hannigan to take him down. Calls it a high tackle, but referee Cameron Wurns, he's straight away, he's come over his shoulder. Roby then goes right into the hands of Gav Rodden, showing no ill effects of that earlier knock there from Rodden, so he's going to play this ball 20 metres out. Roby then goes right into the hands of Gibson. Gibson obviously up once and twice, then finds Hall. McCallan's on the tackle, gets away from it, but then McCallan re-involved. Carter's in there as well, as is Lucas Castle, going to go down that right side, short side. Then comes into, he's spedding on that side, former Barrow Raider. It's going to be the 5 and last, the 2, 3, 4 metres out here as Swinton elects to go down. Roby's going to try and kick his way over from dummy half, and it's going to be Lucas Castle, of all people, that's the first to react and dive on it, but he means Haven. Well, he never, it's got to be, he did, we kind of called held, but Lucas Castle had got up initially to play that ball, then George Roby dived on him. Referee Cameron Wells, he says he was entitled to do so, so Whitehaven's got some hard yards to do here. Romeo's the man then taken down. Newton's in a dummy half. Ross Ainley then just puts his head down and runs it forward. 12-13 metres out only a Whitehaven in his third tackle. Going to go left and into Tia. Tia's going to be able to take Whitehaven over their own 20. Trying to get a fast play of the ball. Newton's in there at dummy half. Then finds King. King with the dummy. And it's going to be 5 and last, and Whitehaven have done well to make it beyond their own 40. Newton's then going to come right into the hands of Hannigan. Hannigan's going to get it behind Rhys Williams, and it's going to bounce in the field of play, so they're going to get the turnover ball they probably wanted there. And a couple of the Swinton players saying, Rhys, you probably needed to try and keep that in touch and force some, so we can try and put some pressure on there. 19 minutes gone, Swinton 8, Haven 0.
Yeah, we have been lucky there from that kick. It was nearly very, very close to being a great kick, 40-20, but I think Whitehaven will be happy with that, just kicking out, just getting a minute here, just get a breather and just D'ing up here. I think it's been quite an even game since Swinton took the lead early on, but big Anthony Walker's come on now, looking to add a bit of impact from the bench. He certainly did last week with his 2 tries against Sheffield away.
Doesn't score all that often, so I'm not surprised that he's been on about it all week in training, Josh. I imagine they'll have ended up being 90 metres by the end up. It's going to be a penalty here, however, for Swinton, as Lewis Baxter's caused of put that he's maybe hit his face or a high tackle there, but the tackle was already on the floor, so the Baxter guilty of an infringement, and it's going to be Jordan Gibson with ball in hand on the Swinton 40, looking to put this ball into touch. So second penalty of the afternoon for the Lions. Whitehaven haven't had a penalty in their favour as of yet. And it's kicked forward 20 metres. Williams will collect the ball, the former Salford man, puts it inside, takes a tap, does Jaden Hatton, offers it up and then fetches it forward himself. Evans and Hannigan involved in that tackle. 32 out are Swinton Lions, 15 in from this near touchline. Roby then goes towards the middle now and finds Gibson, offers it up to Ant Walker. Newton's in there, Ainley's in there, as is Hugh Worthington, who's fresh onto the field for Whitehaven as well. He seems to have replaced Lucas Castle. Gibson takes it to the line, gets the pass away then to Mitch Cox in at loose forward, taken down just over the 20 metre line. Comes left now into the hands then of Liam Cooper. Cooper's going to be taken down 10 metres out, just to the right of the right hand side post. Roby going to come left into the hands then of Gibson. Gibson dummies once, dummies twice, and then gets it across to Ant Walker. Walker pulled down just before the line. 5 and last, 2-3 metres out, comes left to Gibson, going to be knocked down. It should be, and it is a 6 again, to come off the hands of Lachlan Hannigan. So Swinton knocking on the door here. Rodden's going to be taken down. Swinton have a fresh set to 6 starting, less than 10 metres out. Roby's in there at dummy half, goes right into the hands end of Cox. King's involved in that tackle. Newton's there as well, as is Hugh Worthington, but they're 3-4 metres out, if that, here are the Lions. Roby goes left into Walker. Walker tries to spin out to the tackle, pulled down there. He's the Welsh international in line with the post. 4-5 metres out. Roby's going to go right into the hands of Lewis Hall. Hall then finds Abram. Abram runs away from his former Barrow teammate in Jake Carter. In there now, comes left into the hands of Lewis Hall. Hall then comes across to Gibson. Gibson puts the kick forward, comes off the foot of Lachlan Hannigan, played at by Hannigan, so it's going to be a goal line dropout. 21 and a half gone.
Yeah, similar set to how we scored in the first set. Gibson putting a lovely kick in there, but Whitehaven's made a play for it there and knocked it dead. I think what we've just got to do is not force our hand too much. Just enjoy being down here and try and put Whitehaven under a bit of pressure.
Jordan Brown back out there, so he's passed his HIA, and Liam Cooper's gone back off I should say. Mason with the goal line dropout, then finds now it's collected by Lewis Hall just all halfway, then going to come into the hands of Jordan Brown, so Brown's going to make it to, is it the Swinton 30, sorry, the Whitehaven 30, it is. Roby's going to scoot from dummy half and make 10 metres as McCarran and Carter are the men to fetch him down. 18-19 metres out. Excuse me. Lewis Hall then calls right into the hands of Mitch Cox. Cox looking to off it back inside, and he has done to Lewis Hall. Cameron Rursley just checking with both touches on either side that everything was okay with that. And how often do you see it on the back of that set restart or a goal line dropout? Of course, that was the Lions' 3rd consecutive set, and they've been able to go over underneath the sticks. It's just Lewis Hall's 2nd try of the season for the former Barrow Raider. It's Swinton 12, Haven 0.
Yeah, great try there. Lewis Hall has slotted into the halves in recent weeks very, very well, and he's noticed a late retreat there, and he's played a lovely inside ball back to Mitch Cox, and he's pushed up well. Mitch Cox through the full back, and Lewis Hall straight under the sticks, and Dan Abbs should tag the 2 on here to take us to 14-0.
like you say, Jonty Gorley mentions it so often in when we speak to him, Josh, that it's a very simple game. It's rugby league. If you can try and just roll your opposition on, and that's what Swinton's done there. They've been able to force the error. They've been able to then get the goal line drop out. The third consecutive set. It's not very often you're going to keep sides out, or sides are going to keep yourselves out after 3 or 4 consecutive sets.
No, definitely not. I think just obviously we put Whitehaven under a bit too much pressure there. Few tired bodies in the middle there, and Lewis Hall's noticed that, played a lovely inside ball to Mitch Cox. But I think all we need to do now from this kick-off is just complete kit long and just back our defence here and just keep putting Whitehaven into them bad situations to try and get out from their own half.
Abram tags on the extras, so it's Swinton 14, Whitehaven 0, and this game's in danger of getting away from Whitehaven. You're 14-0 down as we've just ticked over into the 25th minute here at Haywood Road. Mason with the kick-off. Hall has to come towards it but does collect, and he's going to be the man that's wrapped up eventually, as he's done well there to make it to the Swinton 30 by keeping his legs pumping there. He's the latest try scorer. McCannon and Carter involved in the tackle. Spedding dives in at dummy half, then elects to go himself, so he's made 12-13 metres, and it's Carter and McCannon involved once again. Going to scoot from dummy half on this occasion once again. Swinton, and they've got it well over halfway, so it's going to be Roby now in at dummy half. Comes left into the hands then of Ant Walker, as Lenny Ellis is out there for Whitehaven now. Change made, so Lenny Ellis must be out there for James Newton. So Gibson in there, comes left into the hands then of Gav Rodden. Rodden's going to be taken down, and Swinton have made it to 15 metres away here from the kick-off. Roby's in there at dummy half, going to look to come down the short side. Gibson puts a little kick in behind the back, and Mason, as Hannigan actually has to knock it dead. A goal line dropout forced, back-to-back goal line dropouts forced. Well, he'll be back-to-back tries for the Lions. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. Lions 14, Haven 0.
Yeah, great set there from us. From the kick-off there, rolled Whitehaven 100 metres, and Jordan Gibson there, lovely another short kick there into an in goal, and this gave us a dropout there, and I think one of Whitehaven players has just gone down there, so I think time's going to be off there. Just give Whitehaven a bit of a breather.
Just trying to see who it is from here. It's Old McCannon. Obviously was limping about earlier on, but had been involved in a few tackles. Had the Australian second rower, and I think it is going to be. Well, he's going to leave the field. It's Owen McCannon, so Rio Corkill will slip in there quite easily. It's a straight swap. It's not a HIA or anything. Was limping, was Owen McCannon, and obviously following his return into this game, following his failing his HIA, it's a disappointment that he's left the field. But Am Walker then looking to fetch the ball forward from the goal line dropout. Good hit in there from Lenny Ellis. Hugh Worthington involved as well, and he's struggling. That was Am Walker, but he has got up and played the ball. Found Jordan Brown trying to spin out to the tackle. Ellis is on him, but it got away from the others. Ellis and King re-involved, and they're now 18 metres out here are the Lions, in line with the left-hand side post. Roby goes right into the hands of Lewis Hall. Hall obviously up to Mitch Cox. Cox taken down by Corkill. Worthington involved in there as well. 10 metres out to the right-hand side of the post, coming back towards the middle with Lewis Hall. Now comes left to Gibson. Gibson there spins out to the tackle from Lewis Baxter. Taken down 5 metres out maybe. Ainley's in there. Roby's in at dummy half. Going to go right. Roby's then going to put a little kick in behind the back, and is it going to fall? It's not. Ross Ainley has to collect it, and it is going to be a goal line dropout. So third consecutive set, and we've seen what Swinton done in the last third consecutive set. Lewis Hall went over underneath the sticks.
Yeah, I think Whitehaven here, I think there is a few tired bodies in Whitehaven's middle there. I think Swinton's just not got to panic, force her hand early, just keep turning the ball over in bad positions here for Whitehaven. I don't know if they're going to go short.
They've attempted to go short, but no one is on it. Absolutely no one was on the same wavelength as Jake Mason, so maybe not as short as they would have liked, but Hatton collects, and he's going to play this 15 metres out, left hand side of the post, then comes right into the hands of Lewis Hall, then finds Mitch Cox. Rhys Williams screaming on this side that the ball should have come left. Roby in there at dummy half, 5 metres out, goes right to Lewis Hall.
Oh, good tackle.
Just going to be held up there. Carter's involved, Mason's involved. I think Lenny Ellis might have been. No, it was Rio Corkill in there as well. Goes right into the hands of Spedding. Jake Spedding just going to be stopped there as well. Whitehaven scrambled defence. And he's going to be actually held up over the line there as that tackle continued. So going to go back to the 10 metres and just give them a bit more space for the Lions to work in there, Josh.
No, definitely there. I think we've just got to get to points here now. As we had played the ball, but referee's blown us back here. I think could be going a shift here from right to left here. I think all three halves have swung round as Lewis Hall gets the ball.
Then finds Hall, gets it across to Ant Walker, who then finds Jordan Gibson. Going to be taken down there is Jordan Gibson. It's the 5 and last. Whitehaven have one more tackle to survive. Comes left to Gibson. Wasn't the best pass, had to bend, but he's going to put the kick through. And while Jaden he's over on the left hand side, unless it was Usain Bolt, he didn't get there legally. Pin for offside. Whitehaven survive. 29th minute. Swinton 14, Whitehaven 0.
Yeah, I think Alan Kilshaw will be disappointed there. I think we've had three sets on the Whitehaven line there, and to be fair to Whitehaven, they have held up strong there. And I think smartly here now, the half-back's just taking a bit of time there before he kicks for touch here. I think Whitehaven's just got to complete this set here now. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the halves get their hands on the ball and just drills it out and just try and take a bit of momentum out of this game, as it has been all lines this first half.
Has been all lines. That's the first penalty they've conceded. If you concede the penalty on the last tackle for the kick, it's not really the worst play in the world to turn the ball over, is it? Now with Hugh Worthington that fetches it forward. Going to take Whitehaven over the halfway line and takes it over the Swinton 40 as well. Good work there from the Welsh international. He's made 15 plus metres there as Worthington and wasn't taken down to the ground. Ellis goes left into the hands of King, who then finds Noah High, who's fresh onto the field there as well. So Jonty Gorley used all of his substitutes. Goes left, Ellis, and Carter then finds Corkill. Corkill's going to be the man that's wrapped up, and they're in the Swinton good ball, the Swinton 20 for the first time in a long time here at Whitehaven. Ellis comes right into the hands of King. King just offers it up to Noah High. Taken down there, it's the 5 and last, left hand side of the post. Ellis going to go left. I don't think they've realised there. Corkill gets the offload away, finds Hannigan on the bend. Hannigan has to put a little kick in. Laporte's got there, or had to get there, and he's going to be pushed back there with Richard Laporte. It wasn't the best final play option, and it's going to be then a penalty to Swinton for the second effort there on Richard Laporte.
Yeah, I think Jake Carter's just gone in the second effort, and flopping on. I think Whitehaven will be disappointed there. It was a great kick from the halfback, and Laporte came round, swept around well and picked up the ball as Lewis Hall kicks for touch here, and now it takes us up to 30 metres.
Like you said, Jonty Gorley won't be happy with that. You haven't been there for an awful while. You're able to put the pressure on. You're making Swinton come back from their own, within their own 10, and you give the penalty away. It's silly there, Josh.
No, definitely there. He won't be happy, Jonty, with that at all. As we look to shift the ball here now, Jordan Case has just come on. It is his 200th career appearance today, so hopefully he goes well, and congratulations to him.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Looks like the young man Kieran Nolan's out there as well. Ant Walker's the man that's tackled on this occasion. Big man against small man. It was Lenny Ellis that fetched him down. Rodden then finds it into Jaden Hatton. Hatton's trying to get out there and nearly breaks out of that tackle. They've made it to the Whitehaven 30 of Swinton. Nolan's in there at dummy half, goes right into the hands then of Gibson, and now Cox. Cox is trying to get his arm free for the offload, but just keeps hold of it. 25 out to Swinton in centre field. Nolan's going to come left into the hands then of Gibson. Gibson's going to put the kick in behind the back. Mason's going to have to get there. It was a bit casual between Mason and Chimambe there. Mason eventually took the ball forward, but then Swinton are going to be penalised for offside, and back-to-back penalties for offside. That's definitely something that Alan Kilshaw won't be happy with.
Yeah, no, definitely not there. There's no reason for them to be offside there, and Whitehaven will just take the chill out of this game now. There's 9 minutes left till half-time here, and think Whitehaven don't want to be conceding again here, but disappointing end by the Lions.
So Whitehaven penalty makes it to the Swinton 40. Evans takes the tap and he's going to make 10 metres, 11. There is Will Evans taking Whitehaven just over the halfway line. 6 again called. Gav Rodden guilty of slowing Will Evans down now far too much, but it's not the worst one to give in the world on the first tackle, especially when it's only a 6 again. Romeo now the man to be wrapped up, comes right, does Ellis, finds Hannigan, offloads it to Baxter. Baxter then gets the offload away from Lenny Ellis. Ellis is one-on-one with Dan Abram, but there's plenty in Swinton Blue around elsewhere. But Ellis has made it, 12 metres out, just to the right of the posts. King in there at dummy half. Goes left into the hands of Hannigan. Hannigan looks to take it on himself, look to throw the big pass, spins out to 1 and 2 tackles. Lachlan Hannigan, he's got the ball down there, there's Lachlan Hannigan. Not the best defence from the Swinton Lions, but he goes over under the sticks for his 6th of the season. And Whitehaven able to hit back. 7.5 minutes to the half-time break here on BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. It's Swinton 14, Haven 4.
Yeah, very soft defence by Lions there. The half-back's come off his left foot there, and he's beat 3, maybe 4 defenders to find his way under the sticks there. I think that's the first time Whitehaven's been inside our 10 and credit to them. They've scored a good try there, but I think Lions will be very, very disappointed with that. I know Alan Killshaw's not sat too far away from me and you, Jordan. He's not happy with that at all.
Yeah, he's the main reason I haven't put an effects mic in this afternoon, because I'm told he can like a shout does Alan Killshaw. So it's just our lip microphones, the sort of all-style microphones you'll hear from ourselves this afternoon. And yeah, you can tell, I mean, he doesn't often show emotion, but he's got even more of a scowl on his face there as Alan Killshaw. That defence wasn't the best, and it's going to be Jake Carter just now to knock over the extras here at Haywood Road. So Haven have reduced the deficit into the 34th minute. It is Swinton 14, Lions 6, and if Whitehaven are to get back into the contest, Josh, that's something they needed before the half-time break.
No, definitely there. Like you touched on, right before half-time, I think there's only 6 minutes left there before half-time. Obviously, I think that just changes Jonty Gorley's team talk a bit there from half-time. I think if they would have found themselves going in 14-0 down, it would have been a bit different. But now, with Whitehaven scoring that and 8 points in it, I think Jonty just tweaks his team talk a little bit there, and I don't think he will be too unhappy with his side's performance so far, even though they have not had much ball or field position.
Hannigan collects the kick off and then finds Hugh Worthington. Worthington continues to try and pump his legs forward before being taken down just short of his own 20. Chimambe now looking to fetch the ball forward. He's made 12 metres before being taken down in centre field. Ellis is in there at dummy half, goes left now into the hands then of Joey Romeo, and Romeo's then made 10-11 metres, and just been a slight change in Whitehaven's demeanour out there. They're making an extra metre or two as now Curtis T is the man to fetch it forward. He's going to be pulled down on halfway. Ellis is going to be lining weight at dummy half. Going to come back towards the middle now. He's going to scoot and nearly through there. It's the KR Loney. Going to be the 5 and last. It is on the Swinton 40. Mason goes left into the hands of Carter. Carter's going to put the kick up. Going to be Abram out the back. Hannigan's on the chase. Able to collect there is Dan Abram, but Hannigan nails him straight away, and he's going to play this ball 2 or 3 metres out from his own line. It's now Richard Lapori, the man to fetch it forward. Calls for a high tackle. He's low in stature, is Richard Lapori, but wasn't quite high enough for the penalty to be given by Cameron Worsley. Rhys Williams has made it to his own 20 now. It's going to be Kieran Nolan in there at dummy half. Comes left. It's Spedding that's, I think, changed sides there. That's looking to fetch this ball forward. He's wrapped up on his own 30. 4th tackle. Nolan in there at dummy half. Goes right then into the hands, and is it of Brown, and Brown's going to be taken down. No, he gets the offload away into the hands of Dan Abram. Abram, he's just going to look to take the tackle. Centre field. 38 out from their own line here to Swinton. 12 short of halfway, comes into the hands of Gibson. Plenty of pressure put on there, but able to get the kick away. Chamambe is going to be underneath that, collects it on his own 20 on this occasion, and rather than Whitehaven starting on their own 5 or 10 metres, first tackle they've made it just short of their own 40, and that's a difference from what we've seen in the majority of the half, Josh.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the momentum has definitely switched here to Whitehaven there. I think I've been very, very impressed from the young Hull Carrock who has come off the bench for Whitehaven. I think he's had a bit of a different dimension to their attack. He is very, very lively. He certainly has given them a bit of a spark here. He's keeping Swinton's defence very honest here as he looks to run again here.
Evans is pulled down 35 metres out from the Swinton line. It is at least it's a 6 again once again, so King now takes the dummy. Nearly through there was Ryan King. I think was it Hatton, I think nearly fell for the dummy there, guilty of ball watching. So 22 metres out, 22 metres out. Worthington now. It's the man to fetch it forward in centre field. 10 metres out, in line with the left-hand side post. Ellis is in there at dummy half, goes left into the hands of Carter. Carter just fetches the ball forward. Still not taken down. He's the Whitehaven half-back, still not taken down. And he's going to be pulled down a metre short. Ellis is in there at dummy half, comes right into the hands of King. King then dummies once, dummies twice, trying to get his arm threes, the Italian international, but he's pulled down in the shadows of the sticks and meted out once again. Ellis in there at dummy half, looks to go left, dummies himself. He's looking to dive over. It's going to be the 5 and last. King lining weight to dummy half. And it's going to be a straight knock on there from Lenny Ellis with the pressure put on by the Swinton players. And it's going to be, should be a turnover ball as he called the 5 and last. No, he's going to call a scrum down instead. He's Cameron Worsley.
Yeah, the young Hulky Arooker there, Ellis has gone tried to go over under the sticks there, but he has just lost the ball as he gone into contact there. But Swinton scrum 10 metres out from their own line here. I think last 10 minutes it's been all Whitehaven, to be fair. I think they've absorbed all the pressure in that first opening 20, and they have took it right back to Swinton here as we look to get out and shift it early to Jake Spedding.
Yeah, Spedding now looking to fetch the ball forward, looks to get inside between Corkill and Tia, but the two combine to fetch Spedding down 22 metres away from his own line. It's Lewis Hall that comes in a dummy half. Richard Lepori now is wrapped up high, and Worthington involved there. Nolan comes across to Rhys Williams, who's coming off the wing to try and help his side out here. Baxter and King involved in the tackle. Williams, ball lost or stripped. Ryan King's hands were all over that. Could tell from here just whether referee Cameron Worsley or the touch judge had seen it, and they had, and it's going to be a penalty here to Swinton just to alleviate all the pressure that Whitehaven had forced on them.
No, definitely. I think King will be disappointed in himself there for giving that cheap penalty away, as Whitehaven from the boot of Jordan Gibson just takes us on halfway line as we look to attack now.
90 seconds of the half-time break as we make it. That's not an official clock. Gav Rodden's the man to be pulled down here. 42 out from the Whitehaven line. Nolan in there at dummy half. Gibson then finds Mitch Cox. Cox is going to be wrapped up by King, High, Worthington all involved there as well. Centre field, 38 out. Nolan goes right. I think it's Walker. No, it's not Walker. It's
Case, it is.
Yeah, Jordan Case comes left now into the hands of Gibson. Back inside then. Got to offload away to Jordan Gibson once again. Gibson wanted someone round the back, but Hall then goes right into the hands of Andrew Badrock. Andrew Badrock! He's going to be pulled down. Is he just only short? Swinton on the attack here. We make it around 40 seconds of the half-time hoot is due to sound. Comes left now into the hands of Nolan. Baxter's got away. Well, Nolan got away from Baxter. Could potentially, at one point it really doesn't do anything, so Swinton will look maybe go to forward instead. It's the 5 and last. Comes left into the hands of Gibson. Jordan Gibson with a kick behind the back. Comes off Hannigan, and it's going to be knocked back. Is it going to be a goal line dropper or knocked on by Swinton? I think it is going to be knocked on by Swinton, so I think that might be our last action of this first half here. Ozzy giving the goal line dropout. There is the hooter, so it doesn't matter anyways. We were 10 seconds short here at Haywood Road, but BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online, it's Swinton Lines 14, Whitehaven 6, opening 14 points of the game coming from the Lions. They went over. I'm just double checking my notes down in front of me. It's a bit of a rustic setup here at Swinton, so I've got everything absolutely all over the place, but it's Jaden Hatton that went over in the 8th minute, following that Jake Mason header with the little kick forward from Jordan Gibson. Hatton able to be the benefactor of that, and Dan Abram added the extras. A couple of minutes later, added the penalty goal on, did Dan Abram, and then it was a no try for the double movement from Gav Rodden when he was 8-0 in the 14th minute. That was sort of 5 or 6 minutes where the Lions were really on top. And then after the third consecutive set, and then from a goal line dropout, Lewis Hall interchanged in the middle of the field and able to tick over for his second of the season. Abram added the extras, 100% with the boot so far, and it was Swinton 14, Whitehaven 0. And then just after the half hour mark, Lachlan Hannigan spun out of 3 to 4 tackles, which Alan Kilshaw definitely won't have been happy with, but he was able to get the ball down underneath the sticks. Jay Carter added the extras, leaves us with a half-time score of Swinton 14, Whitehaven 6. There.
No, definitely not, but certainly Whitehaven have certainly got the tails up there. The back 5 linking up, outstanding there, just scooting off the back each other and making loads of yards down the field and causing absolute havoc there. But like you said, disappointing end to the set there as Swinton look to try and get out of their own half here, but Whitehaven are certainly showing great defence.
Williams plays the ball 12 short of halfway. Nolan elects to scoot from dummy half, but he's wrapped up sort of 5 metres or so short of halfway. Abram in a dummy half, comes into the hands of Jordan Case. Case is going to take Lions over the halfway line, and he's made a good 11-12 metres there. He's going to be the 5 and last, comes right then into the hands of Hall. Hall's going to put the kick in, Maiden he's out the back, and Mason collects that. Spedding went down in back play, then goes right now into the hands of Chimambe. I didn't see potential, maybe a collision between Tier and Spedding, was it?
Yeah, 50-50. Some of them go for you, some of them go against you. Play on for me.
So Will Evans now nearly breaking on the right hand side, gets the offload away to Mason, then gets it across to Hannigan, but he's going to be wrapped up there. Is Lachlan Hannigan still only in their own 20 metres of Whitehaven. Mason's in a dummy half. Romeo now looking to fetch it forward. He's got through a lot of work. I think they've already alluded to that so far in the second half. Just short of the Whitehaven 30. Ryan King now, obviously up then to Hugh 2 or 3 metres short of their own 40 here at Whitehaven. Ellis in there. Jake Carter potentially out looking for the 40-20. Don't think he's going to get the angle on it, but it is going to split Abram and Lepori. Is it going to hold up? Is it going to hold up? It's not. It's just a metre or two short deep there, I should say, from Jake Carter, and it's going to be a top 20 here and a 7 tackle set.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed there, Jake Carter, but he was very, very unlucky with the ball going dead there. It could have been an absolute excellent kick there, but like I said, give Swinton 7 tackles here now, and Swinton need it, to be fair. They've not found the second gear in the second half here, and they certainly are on the back foot here, but hopefully these 7 tackles can take a bit of pressure off them.
So Cox is now the man to fetch it forward the lines, gets the offload away into the hands then of Nolan. Nolan goes left into the hands of Jordan Case. Case is trying to spin out the tackle, and he does from Noah High, but Corkill and High then complete the tackle. On the Whitehaven 40, come right, centre field, Hall now finds Badrock looking to step inside of Carter. Ellis is in there as well, put down onto his back. So a couple of tackles left in this set. Kieran Nolan dives in at dummy half, goes left into the hands then of Liam Cooper. Back onto the field here. Centre field now, 20 metres out. Goes left now into the hands then of Case. Case then finds Gibson round one, goes left in the hands of Abram's trying to step back inside. And trying to be pushed towards the touchline there by Whitehaven. He's Dan Abram. It's going to be the 5 and last now. 12 metres out, only 3 or 4 metres in from the far touchline. Comes right into the hands then of Gibson. Gibson looking to put it back in behind. And it's going to come off Lenny Ellis. It's Lewis Baxter, I should say, who collects it. And it's going to be Whitehaven that collect and start this set on their own 20. Curtis Tier gets round 3, 4 men. Then being taken down eventually. But trying to get on the front foot and stay on the front foot here at Whitehaven. Mason in at dummy half, then finds Joey Romeo. Romeo wrapped up, put down onto his front, 10 short of halfway. Mason in at dummy half once more. Now finds Ryan King. Whitehaven have definitely stepped up in this second half. King gets a fast play of the ball. Mason in at dummy half, goes right, then finds Hugh Worthington. Worthington trying to spin out the tackle. He's now taken down. 33 metres out. Ellis goes right into the hands end of Lachlan Hannigan. Hannigan's going to put the kick up. Mason trying to battle up with Dan Abram. Abram collects. Caught him high there. Did caught him high, Jake Mason. He's looking to get away with that one. 3 or 4 metres out to Swinton play this ball.
Yeah, it certainly did look high from our position there, Jordan, but referee's not giving anything, so just get on with the game there. The Lions have to.
Fetch it forward now does Dan Abram as he scooted in a dummy half. He's made it to his 22 metres out from his own line. Ellis is in there at marker alongside Noah High. Hall's in a dummy half. Now into the hands then of Rhys Williams. It's the Welsh international former Salford man looking to fetch it forward. Now finds Lepori. Lepori's the man that's going to be wrapped up. 35 out from their own line here. There's Houghton's back out there now trying to get a change of impetus for the Swinton side. It's the 5 and last, the shorter halfway. Nolan going to come right into the hands of Lewis Hall. Hall's going to take his time, then get the kick away. Mason's going to have some time to get underneath it, and he does the Whitehaven fullback. Now Chimambe is the man to fetch it forward. He's going to be wrapped up 21 metres away from his own line. Mason in at dummy half. Romeo once again getting through plenty of work against his former side. He's the Australian. 33 metres away from his own line. Come down this left hand side. Carter now finds Tia looking to get the offload away to Corkill, but it wasn't on. 40 metres out now from their own line, 10 short of halfway, 5 in from this near touchline. Rio Corkill now is the man to fetch it forward. Put down onto his back is Rio Corkill. 2 metres, 3 metres short of halfway. Ellis in there at dummy half, goes right in the middle to Carter. Carter then has to elect to keep on himself. He was looking to go over the top. It's going to be an obstruction, I think, if he played the pass or had to take the hit. It's going to be the 5 and last. Ellis is going to go right then into the hands of Lachlan Hannigan. Hannigan's going to put the kick up, and it's going to be Baxter on the chase on this occasion, and Abram gets there, and then he's got to be, but he's taken down, shouts for offside, and Abram's going to be struggling, I think, to get up and play this ball. Is he going to be okay? A little bit wobbly, but gets up, plays the ball. It's now Lepori to fetch it forward.
Yeah, I think Dan Abrams took an absolute world-class take there, but I think Baxter's caught him. Maybe Dan Abrams got a bit of a dead leg there, but as it certainly has been end-to-end this first 12 minutes in the second half. I think both teams have stepped it up certainly a gear. Whitehaven did bring it out, but I think Swinton have found their foot a bit here now, and it's whether who cracks first in this arm wrestle mentality here.
It's Rhys Williams, the man that's going to be taken down, 5 short of halfway. Nolan in there now, comes across to Jack Houghton. Houghton's then going to be the man that's taken down, put down onto his foot. It is the 5 and last, 42 out from the Whitehaven line. Nolan in there, going to come across to Jordan Gibson. Gibson then finds Hall. Hall, they're going to go here. Badrock looks to step back inside. Badrock then gets it back into Lewis Hall. Hall then steps round one, steps round two, then going to go over the top. It's going to be Laporte, looks to put it back inside. It's going to be forward, and it's into the hands then of Joey Romeo. It's going to be a fresh set of 6. Swinton nearly in on this right hand side. Whitehaven survive, however, and Lachlan Hannigan is now the man to fetch it forward. Pulled down 18 metres away from his own line, just to the left of the posts. Mason in at dummy half. Now Chimambe in midfield to fetch it forward. Caught high there is Chimambe. Referee Cameron Worsley says it comes off his shoulder, so one each. Think on potential high tackles that referee Cameron Worsley has allowed to go away, so they say the even it sells out, doesn't it? It's done there on that now. Evans gets to play the ball. Ellis then finds Hugh Worthington trying to find a gap. Offers it up to Jake Mason. Jake Mason gets the ball in down to Jake Carter. Carter stands just in my way. Finds then Louis Baxter. Baxter's then going to be wrapped up. 25 metres out here. There's still a couple of tackles left in this set. Ellis in there at dummy half. Goes right into the hands end of Carter. Now finds Will Evans. Evans looks to come back inside, but he's going to be wrapped up there. He's the Welsh international. 5 and last, 18 metres out, 10 in from that right hand side touchline. Comes to Hannigan, then Carter. Carter's then going to put the crossfield kick. Tia knocks it on back to Romeo. Romeo's then going to put a low kick forward. It's going to be Spedding that collects. Maybe should have been better putting it along the floor rather than in the air with Joey Romeo. But both sides have opportunity here, Josh.
Yeah, no, definitely there. I think Whitehaven's played some fantastic rugby there to break Swinton through the middle there, and unfortunately they just couldn't finish there. But I think Joey Romeo will be disappointed with that end to that set there. Like you said, he should have put it on his toe rather than go for a chip. But Whitehaven are certainly D'ing up well here and putting Swinton under an immense amount of pressure here.
Playing the ball on their own 20-21 here at Swinton in centre field. Kai Nolan in there at dummy half as Cooper's then the man now it's taken down. Combination of Noah High majority coming from him and Hugh Worthington. 30 metres out. Nolan in, then back into the middle into the hands of Mitch Cox. Baxter and Lenny Ellis involved in that tackle alongside Rio Corkill. 5 and last. 10 short of halfway. Looking to play once again. Dan Abram now comes across into Spedding. Fantastic. Going to be dumped onto his neck. It's dumped on his neck. On from Jake Spedding, on from Joey Romeo. He's not happy with that. Laporte is not from that. And what Spedding's saying is that he's done that on purpose. It's definitely going to be a penalty. I don't think it should be anything further, but you never know these days with them sort of tackles. Referee Cameron Worsley is just having a word there with Spedding. See, I need you to go away. I need you to leave it to me. As Lewis Hall's now having a word as well.
Yeah, it happened right in front of us. I think we've probably got best seats in the house there, Jordan. I think ball's gone there, and obviously in the modern game with them spear tackles, to be fair, I think a penalty to Swinton Lions, but like you said, I don't know.
He's pulling Ryan King out first, which is normally the best thing that because he hasn't pulled that. He's pulling out Joey as well. Is he going on report? Is he going for 10 minutes? Just having a way to see if there's any mitigating factors. We've heard that in Super League this weekend, haven't we?
No, yeah, we certainly have, but I think it is just going to be a penalty to Swinton here and nothing further, which...
Still having a word is Cameron Worsley. He's going to be a penalty and nothing further here. We're disappointed the Whitehaven. I've gifted that on the final tackle as well. It was initially a ball and all tackle, wasn't it? He got everyone and then just thought to lift up in the air, and it'd probably mean better just putting him down again, but sometimes that momentum just takes the player over, and it did do on that occasion, and Spedding was put down. He fell dangerously. Cameron Worsley fell dangerously, but only sufficient enough for a penalty, and Swinton will restart these 40 metres out from the Whitehaven line. Takes it himself to Spedding, up against Jake Carter, of course the former Barrow teammates, and it's going to be a penalty here as Spedding's got in with his elbow, and Ryan King just comes over laughing in the face of Spedding. And Carter, I wonder if there's some history there maybe with Carter and Spedding back at Barrow, but being found guilty of running in with the elbow, Josh.
Yeah, no, to be fair, John, I didn't see it from this angle. I couldn't really see if he did go in with the elbow there, but it'd be uncharacteristic for Spedding to go in with the elbow. But the linesman or the referee has certainly seen something in that, and Whitehaven's ball there, and Mitch Cox is getting called over as well as Spedding here. I think it would be a bit unfair for 10 minutes, but you never know.
You never know, especially these days. And Alan Kilshaw just to our right hand side. Mitch Cox just maybe having a word or two there with Joey Romeo as well. You'll have spent time with Joey. You'll know what a wind-up merchant he can be.
Definitely.
He likes a bit of a word in your ear, does Joey Romeo. So, wonder if he's maybe just got to Jake's bed in there and just waiting to see you. The disgrace ref is the shout from down below us. To be honest, I think he's had a very good game so far.
He's let the game
as Cameron Worsley
well,
has. He's only had to blow when he's had to, and it's going to be a penalty here. Whitehaven are on their own 30. And Carter will be looking to try and get Whitehaven up and two beyond halfway. He's not going to because he's quite close to the touchline. There's going to be 5 short of halfway. Joey Romeo collects the ball with a huge smile on his face as Tia then takes a tap, and it's now Corkill to fetch it forward. He's going to be taken down on halfway, put down onto his back. Just a reminder, Swinton 14, Whitehaven 10, 57 and a half gone here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online, as King's now the man to fetch it forward. The Italian international finds his front. Houghton's in there alongside Nolan. Ellis goes right into the hands then of Hugh Worthington. Worthington trying to get his arm free for an offload. He's got that in his game as Hugh Worthington, but don't think it was needed on that occasion. There was 3 or 4 players around him, which why he thought there might have been space, but he was well wrapped up. It's going to be scrum down, head and feed to Swinton.
Yeah, they definitely didn't need that Whitehaven there. He didn't have to force the offload there. I think Jonty Gorley would be furious with him there. They were just creeping into good ball there on the Swinton line, and he's tried to force the offload and he has gone forward, but I think it's got potential to boil over this game. But I hope it doesn't. But like we touched on before the game and at half time, they are very tense, these games, very close, and hopefully there is 13 on 13 by the end of it. But it has got potential to boil over here.
Rhys Williams is the man to fetch it. Nolan found it from the base of the scrum. Curtis T was initially looking for the one-on-one strip there, and he's got that ball. He could have the ball. Curtis T. I think he's unlucky there. Is Curtis T. Rhys Williams did end up collecting to the ball, so I'm not too sure what referee Cameron Worsley is giving here, but it's a penalty in favour of the Swinton Lions. Maybe an illegal strip, maybe he'd already thought he'd hit the floor, but Tia was definitely looking for that one-on-one strip, as it's Swinton's 6th penalty of the afternoon compared to Whitehaven's 4. Ryan King just taking his time in knocking that ball out and just making sure that Whitehaven's defensive line can get set. Spedding then takes the tap, finds Lewis Hall, comes across then to Jordan Brown, back out on the field now. Nearly loses that ball there, does Jordan Brown, but Baxter and Ellis involved in that tackle. Nolan in there at dummy half, goes left into the hands then of Mitch Cox, putting down by Noah High and Ryan King. The 22 metres out here to Swinton, to the left of the post, comes towards the middle now with Lewis Hall, out the back then to Gibson. Gibson then finds Andy Badrock. Badrock's then going to be taken down. Fantastic last tackle from Jake Carter it was. Nolan then finds Jack Houghton. Jack Houghton's going to be then pulled down. He's only a metre or 2, still a couple of tackles left in the set here, to the right hand side of the post. Nolan back towards the middle with Hall, then finds Gibson. Gibson going to look to put the kick in behind the back. Mason's got to get there. He can't. Can Jake Mason? And it's going to be Jaden Hatton crossing for his 2nd of the afternoon. And it's going to be Swinton 18, Whitehaven 10. And Dara Abram should have enough to be able to knock the extras from where it is. So I think we're going to be back up to a 10-point ball game here in Sale. It's Swinton 18, Whitehaven 10.
Yeah, an absolute carbon copy of that first try Jaden Hatton scored in the first half there. Jordan Gibson again with a lovely delicate kick behind there. Jaden Hatton first to react there. I think Jake Mason will be a bit disappointed he didn't get across there, but it's a much needed try for Swinton, that just to relieve a bit of pressure, because they have certainly been under all the pressure and under all the caution in this second half so far. But 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left, still game on. I think Dan Abram will be able to tag the 2 on here up, not give him the kiss of death and jinxed him, but should be 20 points to 10 in favour of Swinton here.
Certainly should be. Look at some scores elsewhere in the Championship. Currently it's still Barrow 6, Sheffield 6.
A championship season to remember. Anyone can beat anyone on their game. As we've seen there, Dewsbury's come back there from Batley. They must be going down the hill in that second half, Dewsbury. There is a big factor away at Batley, that. And Halifax there certainly come back against Widnes. I did fancy Fax to beat Widnes there, but
you're not the first person to say that to me today.
20 there.
20 all at the moment at the share.
Like I said, anything can happen. in the Championship.
As you might have guessed, Abram tagged on the extras, so it's 20 points to 10 here. And then now with the kick-off, it's Jordan Brown, the man to fetch it forward. He's going to be pulled down just short of his own 20 in at centre field. It's Nolan that's in Weir to dummy half and goes left into the hands of Jack Houghton. He hasn't made too many metres as Houghton, so second tackle are only going to be around 22 away from his own line. Nolan then goes left into the hands of Rodden. Rodden just pushes off the would-be tackler, but then brought down by Ellis, High and Worthington. Comes right now into the hands of Mitch Cox. Cox looks to step inside, but wrapped up. King's there, Corkill's there. High's looking to get in as the third man, but he's done well to make it to 3 or 4 metres short of halfway there. There's Mitch Cox. Nolan's going to scoot from dummy half. There was only one marker in there. King was caught behind the play of the ball. So Nolan's made it to just short of the Haven 40. In at centre field. Abram's in there at dummy half. Going to come right then to Lewis Hall. Hall just a little fumble, but still enough time to get the kick away. As Joey Romeo's going to be the man that's underneath it. Not able to get away on the chase from Andrew Badrock. Good work there from Badrock. Quick play of the ball. Mason's in there at dummy half, but he's got to make nearly 20 metres, if not more there. Has Jake Mason scooting from dummy half. Romeo's in once more. Goes right into the hands then of Chimambe. Chimambe, the tall winger, is taken down. 10 short of halfway. Romeo in at dummy half. Looks to scoot and go himself there. Does the Australian against his former side.
He is certainly going through loads of work this second half. Joey Romeo, 2 carries there in another set.
Ellis found Worthington. It's a 5 and last now as Worthington's taken down on the Swinton 40. Is he going to go left or right? It's a slow play of the ball. It's going to come left then into the hands of Jay Carter. Lewis Hall pinned for offside, so Hastaway, he didn't get involved in the play. Dan Abram's going to be the man that's underneath it, sort of 8 metres out from his own line. Hannigan's there, gets away from Hannigan, but so is Corkill, and Corkill is the man to fetch him down around 10-11 metres away from his own line. As it's now Lepori out of backfield to fetch it forward. He's put down onto his front, 18 short, or 18 away from his try line. Spedding's in a dummy half, goes then into the hands of Rhys Williams. Williams gets round Noah High, but he's not going to get away from Lenny Ellis. Corkill's involved, Bax is involved, High gets re-involved, then eventually put down onto his back. And I think just having... He's not to... I think the Whitehaven physios tell referee Cameron Worsley, I need to stop the game there, I think. Oh no, is he okay to continue? He didn't have a stoppage. Worthington's going to be okay to continue, so no stoppage there at all. Spedding now. Spedding's going to be through the gap. And he's one-on-one with Jake Mason. There's no one in support. He could get around Mason. He's got to get around Mason. Mason's trying to put him into touch. Got back eventually, but fantastic work from Jake Spedding. Laporte's in a dummy half. Goes left into the hands then of Hall. Hall's trying to get round Jake Carter. Throws the offload into the hands of Laporte on the bounce. Comes back from where he come from. And he's going to hit the ground. 5 and last. Swinton over here. You'd feel it's all over. Nolan goes Hall. Then finds Jordan Gibson. That little kick in behind the back, and it's going to go up down to Hannigan, and it's going to come off. Is it Gavin Rodden with the? It's going to be ruled a knock on. Is it going to say it's come off the hands of Hannigan or Rodden? I think it's going to say it's come off the hands of Hannigan. It's going to be a scrum down here. No, it's going to be a scrum down to Whitehaven. She says it comes off the legs. Oh wow! The locals in front of us aren't happy, and I think Whitehaven might have just got away with one. I'll be completely honest. Cameron Worsley, as we always say, is a lot closer than we are. Scrum down Henham Feet to Whitehaven, 10 metres out centre field.
It definitely did look from our angle there that the Whitehaven player had knocked down, but it's gone to Whitehaven's head and feet there. But
Rodden had knocked on anyway, so it wouldn't have been a try, but it would have been a Swinton scrum 10 metres away from Whitehaven's line. Meanwhile now the ball comes from the scrum into the hands of Carter, and Carter's taken down 15 away from his own line, trying to get up and get a play of the ball here. 6 1 half of the dozen over, so he tells him he needs to go back a metre or two. Here does Jay Carter and play that ball. Ellis in there at dummy half now. Lucas Castle back fresh out onto the field as Ross Ainley's getting ready to come on as well here for Whitehaven. It's a slow play of the ball once more. Ellis is waiting, lining weight at dummy half. Comes down the short side to Carter. Carter then gets it across to Romeo. Romeo then looks to come back inside. He's going to play this. He's pushed back a metre or two there. He's Joey Romeo. He's going to look to play it 10 in from touch. 28 metres or so away from his own line. Ryan King now looking to try and break through. He nearly has there as the Italian international put down onto his back, trying to get a fast play of the ball. Ellis comes left to Mason. Mason is going to be through the gap. Jake Mason is Carter on his right hand side. Does he need him? Will he use him? Carter in on the right hand side, and Jake Carter's going to put the ball down. Jake Carter has gone over, been able to break down. It's his third try of the season for the Whitehaven half-back. Whitehaven who reduced the deficit one more. It's a second try of the half for Whitehaven. It's Swinton 20, Haven 14.
Jake Mason there, I did call it again, half time. He's had 2 involvements in this second half, two try assists there. He has certainly got his hands on the ball a lot more in this second half, and he has certainly sprung into life there, and it was a lovely break there, show and go, cut straight through the middle of them, and they had Jake Carter there pushing up excellently to Stroll just to the left of the sick. I'm sure Carter will tag the 2 on here, and he'll bring it 20 points to 16 in favour of Swinton.
I think I'm going to have to quieten down. I've got some Swinton fans just to my left hand side, just sort of looking around going, what are you going on about? But it's BBC Radio Cumbria Sport Online. Jordan Weir still with you, whether that lasts or not we're not too sure, but it's Swinton 20, Whitehaven 14 here at Harewood Road, and Jake Carter with an opportunity to tag on the extra 2 points and reduce the deficit back to a 4-point ball game. And I think that is excuse me, I think that's a move I've been waiting for. Is George Roby coming back onto the field while Nolan's offered something different. I was expecting Roby to come back on a little bit early and just try and change that impetus. But Carter is able to tag on the extras. Swinton 20, Whitehaven 16, a 4-point ball game. We make it 11.5 to go here at Harewood Road.
Yeah, no, certainly game on this. I'm just looking to see what Alan Killshaw's done with his sub here. George Roby has come back onto the field, and you just touched on there. And Nolan has stayed on the field, so I don't know if one of them's going to slot into the loose forward position.
You'd imagine it would probably be Roby that does slot in at loose forward if it's going to be that way.
Looking at it, yeah, you could probably be correct there, but
Mitch Cox is still out there. He was the man that was playing loose forward, potentially gone into prop. Is it Case, I think, that might have left the field, but we are back underway. 11 minutes to go as we make it here at Harewood Road. Haven 20, Swinton 20, Haven 16. My apologies, as Lucas Castle is the man to fetch the ball forward from the kickoff. Still not taken down. Joey Romeo now with ball in hand. He's eventually taken down on the first tackle. Whitehaven have made it to 35 away from their own line. It's getting feisty out there. Mason's in there at dummy half. Ross Ainley is now the man to fetch it forward. Second tackle, and Whitehaven have made it to 5 short of halfway. Ellis in there at dummy half, goes right to King. King takes it to the line and elects to take that line on himself. Penalty to Whitehaven as King's taken high. Not what Swinton will have wanted to give away, but Whitehaven, they seem to be on the front foot in that set at least, as we're about to tick in to the final 10 minutes here, Josh.
No, definitely the Castle excellent kick-off carry there. He took 3 of them with them there, and he still managed to find an offload, and Ryan King there poked his nose through, but was adjudged to have caught an eye shot on the way through as Jake Carter's just fine touch, and Swinton are defending their line from 30 out here.
As Lewis Baxter's the man to fetch it forward, picked up and put down is Baxter, 4 metres away from the Swinton line. Ross Ainley now the man to fetch it forward. 18 metres out, put down onto his back to the right of the post. Lady Ellis is still in there at dummy half. Going to come left to King. King now up to Carter. Carter then finds Mason. Mason looking to take the line on himself. Is the Italian international. 12 metres out now to the left of the post. Ellis in there at dummy half. Comes right to Lucas Castle. Castle's then going to be taken down. A hush has come over Harewood Road. It's tight, it's tense. Ellis goes right into the hands of Carter. Now finds Hannigan. Comes across then to Lewis Baxter. Baxter's taken down. It's the 5 and last. 10 metres out. Goes right into the hands of Hannigan. Hannigan's looking to put the kick in behind the line, but it wasn't the best. But then he's going to be pushed back. No, he's dropped the ball there. He's dived on it. Whitehaven have grounded. I couldn't tell you. I think it's Will Evans. Scores a level here at Harewood Road. Initially thought it was going to be a goal line drop out, but the ball was lost. It's Swinton 20, Whitehaven 20, and Will Evans, we think, with his 3rd try of the season, has levelled it up. It's Swinton 20, Whitehaven 20.
The ball's come out there. I think Jaden Atton's dropped on. He's done excellent there to pick the ball up, but then he's been getting drove back to his line there behind the in goal, and the ball's come out from nowhere, and Whitehaven, quickest to react there through Will Evans, and to level the score 20 all there, and I'm sure Jake Carter will add the 2 on to give Whitehaven a 2-point lead here.
And if he does, it'll be the first time that Whitehaven take the lead here at Harewood Road this afternoon. It was heartbreak last season for Whitehaven here at Harewood Road. It was a 1-point defeat. It's currently scores level. Carter looking to tag on the extras. 8 minutes to go as we make it at Harewood Road. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sport Online, via the BBC Sport app and website. What a championship season we've brought you over the last 16 rounds, and we're going to the final stages once again here at Harewood Road. Carter just taking his time. He's going to come at it left-footed now. Jake Carter. The cheer from the far side from the Whitehaven fans will tell you it's gone over. Whitehaven in lead for the first time this afternoon here at Harewood Road. Swinton 20, Whitehaven 22. Just over 7 minutes to go, Josh Eaves.
Yeah, no, definitely there. Whitehaven have certainly come out firing this second half, and to be fair to them, they have been the better team in this second half, and they've took the lead by 2 points here now, and Swinton just need to get a bit of grip and a bit of control back in the game as Whitehaven look to carry the ball off this kick-off now.
Ross Ainley's the man to fetch it forward following Hannigan collecting the kick-off. Tight games all over the place. There's 2 points in the game at Barrow. There's a point in the game at Batley. There's 4 points and one at Swinton, and there's 2 points here at Harewood Road. What a championship season, as we've just said. As King's now the man to fetch it forward. Lost the ball there as Ryan King. George Roby just goes over to celebrate. Judged to have lost the ball there. I think he sort of hit the ground, and King hit the ground simultaneously, but he definitely lost, and not what Whitehaven wanted. 6.5 to go as we make it. Scrum down, head and feet to Swinton. 32 metres out from the Whitehaven line.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jonty Gorley looks to bring James Newton back into this game. Just a bit of experience, just a bit of calmness around the ruck there, just to try and take his side home.
So it's going to be scrum down, head and feet to Swinton. Nolan feeds to scrum. Roby's at the base, goes left to Gibson. Then it's down to Abram. Abram then finds calls of a forward pass, not given. Jaden Hatton. Hatton still going backwards there. Corkill's on him, King's on him. He's going to be in line with the left-hand side post. 18 metres or so out. One up rugby from Whitehaven at the moment. Comes right to King. King now finds Jake Mason. Jake Mason's nearly through, just taken down there. He's the Italian international. 30 metres out. Still a couple of tackles left. Ellis comes left to King. Comes then left to Carter. Now Corkill. Corkill looking to step back inside, trying to get around the defence. Wrapped up there is the Nigerian international and the former Barrow Raider. 22 metres out. Carter goes right to Hannigan. Hannigan's going to put it cross field. First time we've seen that this afternoon. Putting it high for Chamambe. Chamambe rises high, throws it back, looking for Will Evans, but it's going to be collected by Jaden Hatton instead, and it's going to be his first tackle there. 20 metres out from the Swinton line. 3 minutes 20 as we make it.
No, definitely there. It was a great kick, but he just threw it out there. I thought a bit of inexperience showed there. Maybe he should have just kept hold of the ball instead of giving it straight over to Lyons now, and Swinton looked to get over the halfway.
Rodden now the man to fetch it forward, looking for the offload, but he's going to be wrapped up and put down. 3 metres short of halfway, 10 in from the touchline. Roby's in a dummy half. Marcus weren't square, so he's got time to scoot. King's in there. It's going to be a penalty here. Do you go for 2 from 40 out?
Yeah.
Dan Abram, we know he's got a boot on him. It was Dan Abram. I didn't see if it was a stray arm or if it just caught him high from Ryan King. Couldn't quite see from our position. Clock will have been stopped. We make it 2 minutes 40. George Roby just staying down there. The doctor's on, the Swinton physio's on there as well. The clock is stopped now, so we've stopped it a little bit early. Here on BBC Radio, Cumbria Sport Online, it's Swinton 20, Whitehaven 22. And Josh Eaves, you feel like you've got to go for 2 here. Dan Abram has got that boot on him, of course.
Yeah, I'd be taking the 2 personally. I'd back Dan Abram. I'd back Lewis Hall, either one of them. Lewis Hall's got a big boot on him if Dan Abram doesn't fancy it, but whether they'll go for the 2, I don't know. But if I'm stood in Alan Killshaw's position there, I am going for the 2. But
gets the thumbs up. There's George Roby, just told by the timekeeper to our right hand side for 5 minutes to go. Wow.
And he's sent Ryan King to the
King
Simbin.
gone. Is it Simbin? He's a red straight ready to Simbin. King's out for the rest of the afternoon.
So Whitehaven, if they'll go hold on, they go half hold on with 12 men here, and Swinton look like they've elected to kick the touch.
Maybe Phil, now that King has gone. So we're told 5 to go here, so we were a little bit over. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sport Online. We're in the final 5 minutes here at Harewood Road. It's Swinton 20, Whitehaven 22. Whitehaven down to 12. Swinton on the attack. Jordan Case is the man to fetch it forward. 20 metres out, centre field. Roby's in there. Goes left now into the hands of Jordan Gibson. Gibson out the back to Abram. Then comes across to Jaden Hatton. Hatton's taken down. There was gaps there. 10 metres out here at Swinton. 6 again. Roby's in there at dummy half. George Roby looking to scoop from dummy half. George Roby just taken down there. He's a Swinton hooker. A metre out. Looking to dive over there. Swinton. He's going to be held up over the line, or he's going to be pushed back there. Pushed back is Gav Rodden. Ainley's in there. Castle was in there. 8 or so metres out to the left of the post. Comes across to Gibson. Now finds Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall's going to try and get over for his second of the afternoon. He's wrapped up. Good couple of tackles left here. Right hand side of the post now. Roby comes right into the hands of Gibson. Then comes across to Badrock. Badrock finds his front. Whitehaven's defence surviving here. Roby goes left into the hands of Abram. Then finds Hall. Hall's looking to come back from where the play had come from. And he's going to be wrapped up.
There's space over on Swinton's left here, right.
It's the 5 and last. Roby, they are going to go left into the hands of Gibson. Jordan Gibson. Jordan Gibson. Jordan Gibson. Get the offload away. He's going to be held up. He's going to have lost the ball there. 90 seconds gone of that 5 as we make it. So it could be around about 3.5 to go here at Harewood Road. And clock is stopped. Whitehaven's defence survive. How, Josh Eaves?
I don't know, but they've done tremendous there. Whitehaven just been backing each other up there, turning up for each other, loads of energy, but they look out on the feet here, Whitehaven. But to be fair, they've handled all that pressure well here, but Swinton just need to not give any penalties away here, and they might get one more set. I don't know.
They should do. We make it around about 3 to go as Castle plays the ball. Hannigan scooted from dummy half and made 7 or 8 metres. Lenny Ellis still out there in at dummy half. Goes right into the hands of Curtis Tier. Tier's got away from the tackle of George Roby, but then taken down only 2 or 3 metres after. Ellis comes in towards the middle with Joey Romeo. Said his name an awful lot in the second half. The former Swinton Lion. Whitehaven up to their own 30. Carter now comes across then to Rio Corkill. Corkill just fetches it forward, put down onto his back. Still a couple of tackles left in this set. 38 metres out from their own line, 12 short of halfway. Goes right into the hands of Ross Ainley and just fetches it towards the middle. Does the prop forward. Not too sure how long it's to go, but we're definitely in the final minutes. Carter potentially looking maybe for touch, but no, just sticks it down the middle along the floor into the hands of Dan Abram. Abram then finds Reese Williams, 20 metres out from the Swinton line, looking to come back inside. Evans is involved. Hannigan's involved, as is Lewis Baxter in that tackle on the Swinton 30 now. It's going to be Laporte now looking the man to fetch it forward. Put down onto his front. 12 short of halfway, centre field. Roby's in there at dummy half. Comes across to Lewis Hall. Hall's wrapped up by Carter. And Lucas Castle, just short of halfway now. Comes right into the hands of Cox. Now finds Nolan, finds Badrock. Fantastic man and ball tackle from Curtis Tier. So a couple of tackles left have made it to the Whitehaven 40. Roby goes left into the hands of Lewis Hall. Shifting the ball here, it's Gibson. Gibson then gets it across then to Jaden Hatton. Hatton was nearly through. It's going to be the 5 and last, and it's going to be a lost ball into the hands of Neil Chimambe. Not sure how long he's left, but Haven have the ball in their hands. In the centre of the field now, just short of their own 40 of Whitehaven. Mason's in there at dummy half. Joey Romeo fetches it forward for Whitehaven. Swinton 20, Whitehaven 22. Romeo's made it to just short of halfway. Ellis comes left into the hands of Curtis Tier. Looking to go for a one-on-one strip, and he's got it there. It's going to be a one-on-one and then a knock-on. We're about to wait and see. It's going to be scrummed down head and feet to Whitehaven, as Spenning's judged to have knocked on in that one-on-one strip, and it's going to be scrummed down head and feet to Whitehaven in centre field.
Pretty much looks like it's game here now. I don't think...
50 seconds to go here at Harewood Road, and still haven't had a stoppage in play. Whitehaven just need to keep it. Still haven't had a stoppage in play, unless he's stopped the clock, and I haven't seen his referee Cameron Worsley. I think he might have done, because he's not in any hurry. He has now. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sport Online, Swinton 20, Whitehaven 22. Comes left from the base of the scrum. And have got to replay it, or reform the scrum here. His man short. Not because there's only 12 of them out there, Cameron. Goes right from Carter now from the base of the scrum, who has to run round, and it's Will Evans. Evans going to be taken down. Hannigan comes left from Ross Ainley. Ainley tries to spin out to the tackle. Ellis in there at dummy half. Goes right into the hands of Lachlan Hannigan. Hannigan then finds Baxter. Baxter's going to be taken down, put down onto his front. Ellis in there at dummy half, the 20 out to Whitehaven. There's the hooter, and Lucas Castle just has to fall forward. Whitehaven get that much needed win. They go level on points behind Swinton. On Swinton, they'll stay behind on points difference, but come back from 14-0 down with half an hour gone here at Haywood Road. It was 14-6 at the break. They've scored 16 points in the second half of Whitehaven, and it all comes from Will Evans, from that error from Jaden Hatton. Swinton 20, Whitehaven 22.